we have our finished shawl. I've just finished a right side row, and we've got our cable here and it's been decreased away. We've got our garter stitch edge at the top of the shawl. We've got 2 garter sections here divided by the twisted stitch here that marks the difference. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to bind off these stitches and then show you how to create the self-fringing part of it. We have to go to the wrong side to bind off, because what we need to do is we need to work these stitches and bind them off, but leave these free. They're just going to hang loose, and then we're going to pull the stuff right out of them. So the first ones are garter, so I'm going to work them as knit stitches. Now what we have is we have 1 loop on the right needle tip and we have 4 on the left, and what I'm just going to do is I've already cut my yarn because it's a video, but I'm going to just pull on the loop on my right needle and just pull, because what's just going to happen is it's just going to fasten off. We're not going to bind that stitch off by leaping it over the next one. We need some way to just finish that. So that's what it looks like on the wrong side. Now here we have it on the right side. We've bound off across our shawl, and then we bound off the twisted stitch. That twisted stitch is going to be the boundary between our fringe ribbing, or our fringe, and the garter stitch edge. That's going to be the actual garter stitch edge. So the reason you've been making 2 garter stitch sections in the shawl is that we're going to turn one of them into the automatic fringing section. Now when I say automatic, I don't mean that it's going to be like easy peasy lemon squeezy, but I do mean that you're not going to have to attach each fringe. And all we have to do with these 4 loops is to grab each set of this. It'll come kind of in pairs, because of course we knit there and back when we do a side-to-side shawl. So you will find that the strands are going to come off in loops. Now it's your call whether you want to leave those or cut each one, or maybe braid them or do something interesting with them. If you are using a single ply yarn, you may find that it likes to kind of hook onto itself a little bit, so you may need at times to kind of just make it let go. It's like it's just holding on a little bit. But that's all there is to making this fringe, really, is just getting the stitches to drop down. And as you can see, it's a nice amount. Even though it's only 4 stitches, it's actually going to be sort of a proportionately right amount. But that's all there is to it. All I'm going to do now is just drop down these stitches all the way. I'm going to weave in my ends, I'm going to block it, and have just a really great simple shawl to wear in spring and summer when I want something that's really drapey and got a lot of lace. I hope you enjoyed this video and found it helpful. I'm Sarah Shira from Imagine Landscapes Designs, and I wish you happy knitting.